Hello,
everyone.
we are going to carry out the
Only
PARAGON
with
characters with the label Clarity and Etiquette of the Nursing Home, which is precisely what the challenge asks us to do. To be able to do it now, this way, I'm going to leave you a list with all the characters that would comply with these labels. Still remember that you can filter it. That's when you search for your characters. Well, as usual, the best characters that I think they will make the battle easier are going to be for the bottom. Well now, for this first battle, the most important thing is that we must carry a character. That violates the bleeding disadvantage. That's what we're going to have Venom hit Monkey for. We have a Mole Man Black Cat. Then, I consider that they are going to be very good alternatives. Also keep in mind that if we do not perform a that of 5 strokes, will not leave a deviant disadvantage. This is going to obviously inflict almost no harm on you. But the good thing is that if we carry a purify this disadvantage well. And also, something important is that every couple of seconds, the box is going back unblockable than N. So I would recommend you to wear it only to Super Special 2, because that's how you see if it becomes unlockable and throws you the Super Special and you don't know how to avoid it. The battle can be complicated. Also has the kinetic transfer node, in which every time I do not hit the block, he's going to be getting a good gain in power. Then a recommendation is that when it goes unblockable, and try not to that does not have a power bar. So that in this way, don't get complicated by the battle, because you may be launching the Super Special 1, because if you don't know how to avoid it, it will be killing you in the truth. In conclusion, we're a character that leaves the bleeding disadvantage, because otherwise, our damage will be very limited. Also, not to be taking it too much to Super Special. And also, finalize our combo in strokes of 5, so that in this way, do not leave us with the disadvantage of Deviant. For the next battle, we could hit it with any character. The only thing that could be complicated, and it is going to have 0-1, high probability of perform an automatic lock. If you perform this automatic lock, is going to be leaving us with a shocking disadvantage, and I do not recommend you to wear characters that leave you with harmful disadvantages, because it tells us that every time he is suffering a disadvantage of physical damage, these will be applied to us. I'm not 100% sure if it refers to harmful disadvantages, but I would understand that, yes. I would personally tell you to carry in any case characters like Angela which character that can activate the automatic lock. Then, here it is best to wear characters that avoid that it can be activated. That automatic locking ability. That's why he considers you those characters. Obviously going to be a very good option. To do so, we will have to activate its Super Special 1 to activate its accurate precision. And something also to be taken into account every time we make a stop, this fading ability is activated. Or an accountant. If this counter is active and we make a stop again, we will be in fading. But I really don't see anything complicated. Just walk away and that's it. Now, if you realize every time we hit him and block it, also leaves us with this shock disadvantage. That's why the character has high happiness that it can perform automatic blocking. So that in this way, face that shock disadvantage frequently. But if you have Mastery of Will, can also provide you with, so that you can regenerate yourself then, I would personally tell you that it is best to wear characters who have the ability to eliminate this automatic lock. As I told you, it would be Falcon Crossball. It would be Angela and Wellowed, and there must be other alternatives. Please let us know in the comments box. But those are options that I consider them to be very good. Hence, the battle is nothing out of the ordinary, and it's just hitting and killing him. Good for this next battle, Only we will be able to hurt him. As long as our blows are critical, don't worry if your character doesn't have stability. Because every time we interrupted a strong blow from it, we are going to take away a cruelty advantage. Then this is going to make our reputation as a critic much higher. Just take into account that she will have a chance that it can elude us. Then if you want the battle simpler to try to carry characters that eliminate your ability to illusion, you're going to realize it there, that every time its critical hitting ability is being deactivated. This is from the note. So right now, I haven't taken anything from it. But you can already see that I was hurting him anyway. Then this will also be taken into account. So that sometimes, the fact that you have very good master's degrees, because this is also going to make your life easier, isn't it? There, every time she launches a super, we have to tear it down, because if it is not going to be activated, in which if we did not take it down, we will be being inflicted with this one energetic damage. Personally, I would say good. Odin is a good option because it can activate its accurate precision. Only there, I was trying to take it with Super Special 2, but I thought that the Super Special 2 that I initially threw was not critical, and then I'm going to realize that it has nothing to do with it anymore. But because it is energetic damage, I don't think he considers it in any way. Then look, there for example, I interrupted his strong blow and stole his cruelty. And this is going to make our blows are more frequently critical, and obviously something that makes the node easier is that when we have that advantage of cruelty and activate a precision advantage. Let's go. Our hit are going to be like critical, guys. As part of the node, then that can also make the battle easier for us. Now, if we don't have Odin, it won't be able to be big hit monkey either, which is sharp critical hits, Falcon will be able to eliminate the illusion ability of the opponent as well as crossbow. And Black Cat could also eliminate it. Then we will have other alternatives there. But I believe they will be able to help us, at least for this whole battle. Good for this coming battle, We are going to have to deal with the degeneration node. Take into account that he will be able to perform the mastery of stopping. Then this, we do have to be very careful. Our sensibilities. Accurate shot will be technically eliminated. But the most important thing will be the No of Perdition. Every time we hit it, we'll be left with one generation disadvantage. This generation disadvantage will have a lasting time, and once it is finished, it will pass us by, and we will have to hit the opponent again. He will have a node to energize, by which it will be gaining a lot of power, in which will cause it to constantly activate its automatic locking ability. That's why I told account with this node of, because we will be able to apply stun. The only thing I would tell you is to apply a strong blow, not to apply the stop to us, or simply throw a punch. And problem solved, and then stop and one hit. And so on. So that the battle does not get so complicated. You can beat him with any character, but if you want to that it's a normal battle, I would tell you what a Black Cat Falcon and Crossbond go to, and also Angela, they are going to make your alternative improvements because they eliminate the ability of automatic locking. Recalls that Falcon only removes it when you leave the target fixed. Once the target is finalized, set this already will be deactivated. Prop N also depends heavily on the advantages of Fury that we have active. And Angela obviously has to be duplicated for us too. We can eliminate him this ability. Now, I hit it with foam because the truth is that I would be left stunned if I weren't, for it could purify it. It is also a very good option to carry Purify. Man, if in case the stunning leaves you, does not notice it, it only gives him a nothing more, and that's it. Why don't I make another hit, so that the automatic lock does not activate, and so I could take the whole battle. I really don't see it as a big complication, Just to be aware of. That disadvantage is pain. No, it is not. It was a generation pain. And every time it happens to me, I hit it, and that's it. And otherwise, you handle it with a strong blow in. And problem solve the truth. Well now, we do reach beta ray though. I recommend you not to be using the medium stroke. Just play it with stop and hard hit. Or weak blows. Why not medium stroke? Because if we make the medium stroke, will leave us with a high voltage disadvantage. Once this high voltage disadvantage is over, apply us as direct damage. Thanks to the ability of Beta Ray Bill, this is not part of the node, now part of the node. What it does tell us is that every time we perform a master's degree, stop will leave us with this robustness disadvantage. And also Beta Reveal is going to have a confirmation that every time it hits us in blockage. And we have an advantage of robustness. It's in us like it's going to be an explosion. That advantage of theft, I mean, it's a princess, it's not a princess up. So if it's true, that's going to lower our lives. I consider that it is not so much. Then yes, handle it with stop only. Strong blow or weak blows. With the characters it has, do not use medium strokes. I don't recommend it during attack. If you carry high voltage immune characters, I understand that he's going to gain power. And also, if you were purifiers, it will also take away your life. It is as if you would still be suffering direct damage. So that's why I tell you that it is best to carry it with a strong and weak blows, because now something good also is that if you know how to avoid its super speed, you'll be gaining those advantages of energy resistance, so that if you're not suffering much damage from these disadvantages, but I really consider it unnecessary, better play with hard hit stop and weak hit set. And problem solve. There I could hit it with any character in reality. Just handle it as is, as I am mentioning. Good for this last battle. We could actually hit it with any character. The only thing I would say is to take into account her abilities very well, in which we're going to have to intercept it. We will have to interrupt their strong blow. Something that can also happen to us as in the flexibility node if we abuse the stop too much. Remember that she will be reducing the duration of stun. Then this can be a bit complicated. I would tell you, or characters that inflict a lot of harm by harmful disadvantages. That is, they can be useful, but you're going to have to keep an even closer eye to remove his incantations, because part of her charming ability is that their incantations are going to make. That can reflect all the damage received. Then this can be very complicated, really. That is, you can carry. You will have to be more aware of their abilities. For example, I knocked him down and I've already removed the spells. Now, I would not need to remove the incantation in which I intercept. That's why I make a stop. Sorry, I pause. To see what I would need to take away from it. And how not, and how it should be removed. Then, I would only need to remove that incantation, in which it is only by intercepting. Now, the good thing is that this is how she launched her super speed and have active incantations. I'm not leaving you with any harmful disadvantage then. This, in the end, because, it won't affect me at all, that's why I'm telling you. If you carry characters that do not leave it with any harmful disadvantage, believe me, it's going to be like a traditional battle. And the good thing about this is that every time we take it down with a super special, we are going to correct that weakness disadvantage, which will make any disadvantage that we are going to leave you with will have a longer duration. So here are the ones I recommend. Well, you are already seeing will be one of the best alternatives. Scorpion is going to be good, but in the case of Scorpion, keep in mind that he does leave harmful disadvantages if she throws you the super special and has. They're active incantations. All the damage will be able to be reflected to you. Not to be. That you have left it with several disadvantages of the weakness, which this weakness disadvantage are sort of eliminating, or reduce the likelihood that the damage that we have applied to him at a disadvantage will be applied to us with the truth. You have to be very attentive to it. Well then, Guardian, and also Ed. What would be Scorpion? For me, they could be good alternatives, Ed. Falcon could also be very good, Ed. You can actually hit it with any character. The point is that if you want to hit him with a character that can harmful disadvantages, the most recommended thing will be Ed. Or be constantly tearing it down. To be able to leave you with this diverse disadvantage, weakness, or in any case, Ed, be very attentive of the incantations she has. So that in this way, well, don't get too complicated, won't you? And well, it's basically that. The truth is that if you have Quicksilver to Ed, you can handle it very easily. That's where it got a little complicated. But more than anything, because I didn't remember his abilities very well. But the truth is that I consider it a very good option. And well, gentlemen, that's the video I wanted to bring you today. Let me know in the comments box that other characters helped them. I consider that there are other alternatives. Also very good. Let me know in the comments which ones could help you. For example, I did not consider Ham. I didn't put in thousands of parts either. There was this Alan Warlow, but the truth is that I consider that there are good alternatives that can help us. Nothing, gentlemen, to me. Thank you that you have stayed until the end of the video. You know that if you like this type of content, subscribe to the channel and support us with a like. This will help us a lot. I eat for my part. I bid farewell. And we'll be watching you in a future video. Bye-bye.